So they are looking for the big upset here at the Crest Center today. Take a look at the starters for IUPUI. Of course, we're talking about Macy Williams, but a very talented lineup. Also, Sims in there from Milwaukee, outstanding senior for this group. And then the Phoenix, led by Wellnitz, James, Robson, Mowens, and Wolf. Who's going to be the leader today? Stay tuned.
Win by committee for this Phoenix team. And IUPUI, you're going to get a heavy dose of Williams on the block.
And it is IUPUI who controls the tip. They're in their black uniforms with red and white trim. Green Bay in their home white uniforms, green trim and numbers. IUPUI coming off that big win Thursday night, overtime victory over Milwaukee. Sims gives it up. Time running out. 3 on the shot clock. Do they see it? They do. Caitlin O'Reilly throws up a shot, hit the rim, so reset the shot clock. Offensive rebound for Macy Williams.
And it gives them an IUPUI extra possession, and they make them pay. See, Hall steps into that 3. Good hustle by Williams, and then the quick reversal led to the open 3.
Sydney Hall out of Fishers, Indiana, closing in on a milestone. The senior started the day 89 points shy of 1,000.
I'd be very surprised she gets all 89 today.
It's something to watch, isn't it? That would certainly be a story.
And so now for both teams, so IUPUI, you're going to see a lot of motion, some dribble drive action, but they really want to get the ball into the post and get Mason Williams in the high post, where she's very capable to score off of the dribble as well. And for the Phoenix on the offensive end, it's who's stepping up today, who's going to step up and produce offensively for this team.
Laken James tries the three-pointer on the out-of-bounds play. That was long. Here come the Jaguars. Phoenix fans on their feet. New tradition here this year. The fans standing and clapping until the first bucket scored for the Phoenix. Macy Williams at the high post. That one's knocked away by Maddie Wolf, but the Jaguars control with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Very patient on the offense are the Jaguars. Sims, pull-up jumper over Robson, and Carly Mowens with the rebound.
And Sims, now she's the mismatch. To me, she's a big X factor in this game, because there's really no one on the Phoenix team that can match up with her from that 15 feet and in area.
Lindsey Robson, just a little floater.
She did miss the shot, obviously, but Sims is super athletic, and she could present some problems for this Phoenix team just as far as in regards to just a matchup issue.
Foul on Laken James.
Laken James, personal foul on Green Bay.
Holly Hoppengardner attacking. So a fresh shot clock. Just underway here on a Saturday afternoon on a frigid day in Green Bay. Sims lost her dribble. Good job by Wellnitz. Sims still in trouble. Gets it off in time to avoid the 5-second call. Hoppengardner. Pull-up jumper is good from the free throw line.
Yeah, able to get to a spot. Hoppengardner very capable at that mid-range pull-up as well from 3. Works the ball screen action with a lot of patience. Gets a good look.
Wolf with the miss on the turnaround. Another shot on the way, and that is good. Sydney Hall. And a quick 8-0 start for the Jaguars.
Yeah, no, they came ready to play today. This IUPUI Jaguars team certainly ready.
Wolf. Mid-range jumper. You don't see her shoot that far out very often, but knocks it down and will also knock down the fans here.
Well, absolutely. if you get here pregame, I mean, her and her sister, Mackenzie Wolf, get out early, and they knock down 3-pointers and 17-footers all day as well. And it's with a tremendous job getting to the ball and coming up with the steal. And also, more importantly, Macy Williams picks up her first foul on that turnover. So a lot of air on that high-low pass, but the Wolves very capable. I love the reverse pivot open there from 15 feet and getting into her shot. And Coach Borsef, he never really calls times out. He believes in letting this team work through whatever the run is the other team is on. So I say kudos to him, too, for being patient. Never panicked.
Lindsey Robson, 3 ball. That is short. High and short.
Yeah, hit off the glass first. And Robson, a knockdown shooter.
Took a weird spin off the glass, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, it went off the glass is kind of the issue. Robson very capable from three, though.
Riley misses, and Mullins had it for a second, but goes off her fingertips.
No one communicated. Robson and Mullins come together. Like Mullins, she was high up. It's like she's called her mid-season's legs. And her and Robson just both trying to be aggressive on the boards.
Mullins broke it up for a moment. Green Bay coming off a win on Thursday, 62-32 over UIC. Great performance defensively. Phoenix now holding opponents to 53.9% per game. That's 10th best in the nation right now.
It's ridiculous. You really think about it. It'd be one thing if they just did it one year. They do it consistently every year where they're in that mix, the best defensive team point per game in the country.
Robson tracks down the long rebound. Wellnitz works, drops it into Wolf. Wolf, what a pass over the shoulder to Laken. James with the finish. But how about the pass from Maddie Wolf?
Oh, my goodness. She has eyes in the back of her head. I think that will go on the old dime category. I didn't think she saw her there. I mean, to be honest with you.
It looks even better on replay.
I mean, and Macy Williams, she gets the post touch, gets to the other side of the rim and draws a foul. Doing what she does. Just consistently productive on the block. But everyone knew with her coming into the league what type of talent she possessed.
Leads the Horizon League in scoring. 50th in the nation. Just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore.
Just. Outstanding player. Close to 19 points a game for Williams. Wolf, one-on-one with Macy Williams now. Tries to turn it back. Got some help from O'Reilly.
I love the fact that Coach Borsef, though, they're making an effort to make Macy Williams guard and defend in the post. Again, with that one foul, I would attack it as well.
So Hoopengardner picks up the foul and will check out of the ball game. Agatha Beyer checks in for the first time. Jaguars with a 5-point lead.
And I like Coach Parkinson on this end. He's saying, hey, if you're going to call those, and Laken James trying to go behind the back in the middle of the paint, that's usually a recipe for a turnover. 3 defenders there. Those are the plays as a coach you got to live with Wellness. She's going to make the outstanding plays, and sometimes she'll try to stretch her limits. But Coach Parkinson saying if you're going to call those tic-tac movement away from the ball fouls, I'm fine with that. But then you got to call them on Green Bay, who's one of the more physical teams off the ball in the country. That's good politicking right there. Not that we're in a political state or anything. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying he's going to run for governor of Indiana or anything. But
Riley's passes broke up. We'll go back to basketball. Green Bay had 3 subs check in. Mackenzie Wolf with the ball. Kicks it back out to Carly Mullins. Mullins tries a 3. 3 ball not there so far for the Phoenix. Laken James stuck in the post. Comes up limping out of the paint. Mullins missed the shot. And James visibly struggling.
I realize she may have tweaked her ankle a little bit. Working that footwork down there in the paint.
Trying to shake it off right now. Megan Pingle also into the game, as well as Haley Oskey for the Phoenix. And Caitlin O'Reilly steps up, and the sophomore knocks down the mid-range jumper.
To me, she's one of those players, too. When she's got it going, like, she can really, really be a difference maker for this Jaguar team.
Mullins will try another 3. This time she knocks it down. Big bucket for Carly Mullins. 0 for 4 from the three-point line in that game on Thursday.
And that's what she came here for. I mean, that's why Coach Borsef was happy to have her. The ability to stretch the court from the floor.
There's a timeout on the floor, IUPUI. The visitors have the lead. This is Horizon League basketball.
All right, fans, now it's time to stop.
He's been all right as well. So welcome back. Coach Hammerly will be addressing the crowd later today. Also, Alumni Day here, so we'll be seeing a lot of the alumni being introduced at halftime as well. Looking forward to that. Right now, the present Phoenix in a little bit of trouble right now. They reviewed a three-pointer, and it reduced the score to 11-7. IUPUI still leading.
And it's IUPUI, they run a ton of stuff, so I won't be surprised maybe to see the Phoenix mix in some zone to take away some things on the baseline of bounce and out of timeouts. And I was going to say, I'm surprised they didn't call the initial foul. I feel like on the floor, they got it. Morgan Allen able to get inside of Wolf. And Coach Borsef not happy with the mental error, but IUPUI runs some really good sets, baseline out of bounds, side out of bounds. And
so we got to look at Morgan Allen.
Local
kid.
Homegrown.
Greenville, Wisconsin is her hometown. Played at Hortonville.
Spent the year with Coach Celeste Racka, Haywish Celeste.
Haywish, you bet.
Played here, Sweet 16 guard. So he's on that team. So yeah.
Morgan just a sophomore, been averaging close to 5 points per game.
I'm talking with Coach Parkinson before the game. He was trying to play Williams and Allen together some and trying to get that lineup going a little bit, which just really puts a lot of length on the court for this team.
Laken James short on that turnaround. Good to see Laken still on the floor after that timeout.
Yeah, Laken's a tough kid. I don't think a little ankle tweak's going to keep her out of much of anything.
Working off the screen from Williams. Williams gets the ball back. Top of the key. Will try the baseline, or try the paint. Kicks it off. Great passing inside. Allen missed a close one.
That was nice, good possession, a dribble drive. Couple of reversals. Got to the paint couple times.
And Mackenzie Wolf with the offensive foul, and Coach Borseth doesn't care for that one either.
You see the replay here. Mason Williams in good legal guarding position. Ooh. Takes the bump. How you feel about it, Ted? I get the call.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
It can't be a no call. It's either got to be a block or a charge.
Toughest call in basketball, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Boy, now Macy Williams is just, she's 3 of the 4 Wolf fouls now. Macy Williams has drawn, so again,
drop the hand.
Got to stay vertical.
Yeah, she stays vertical. She's in good defending. Now, on the one on the other end, I thought Williams may have been a little bit out of position.
I felt like she took the bump in the chest. I mean, it has to go one way or the other. Again, like you said, the most difficult call, the call live.
Oh, easy to watch on the replay.
Oh, yeah, I'm 100% on those all season long. I'm going to get it right every time. That takes a lot of length off of the court for the Phoenix, though, as you look at IUPUI able to keep their length on the court.
Anna Deere comes into the ball game, and she's been averaging about 11 minutes a game since her return. 10 games. She's had 3 ACL surgeries and just continues to amaze us in her ability to recover and keep coming back. Great kid, great drive, and looking forward to her having a lot more success with the Phoenix. Carly Owens held scoreless on Thursday. Another bucket. She's got a couple in this game.
Well, I mean, again, we talked about it. It's been by committee, but for this Phoenix team, and sometimes you don't know where it's coming from. And I know this 5 points here doesn't seem like much, but it's a lot for this Phoenix team as they've searched for scoring at times during the season.
Sydney Rule thought about the shot, gives it to Williams. Williams skip pass. Hoopengartner. Now Byer back to Hoopengartner. That's short. Trying to beat the shot clock. Laken James rebound will push the floor. Laken creating, steps through the lane, throw it up. Free throws come.
I like the mentality by Laken James. Just attack. Could have kicked it out to Moen, but she felt like she had the mismatch, and that's her spot inside of the paint, in the middle of the paint. Especially going to her right hand, that's her hot spot. So I like the decision for the senior. Force the issue and see if she can get to the line and see something go through and maybe get going here. And now on the other end, offensively, IUPUI, every catch, they look at the rim. They force you to at least stay honest defensively on that initial catch. And they're getting to the heart of the defense and forcing a ton of defensive rotations for the Phoenix. And that's led to some of the fouls. But it's good offense. Be interesting to see if the Phoenix can make the adjustment defensively. Stop jumping so much on those shot fakes and giving up those middle drives.
James, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, was the leading scorer on Thursday, just 10 points. Total team effort. All but one player on that roster scored on Thursday night for the Phoenix. That is a short shot, rebounded by Haley Oski. Megan Pingle. Be interesting to see if Pingle would try to get all the way to the basket against Williams. That might be a tougher matchup for Williams to defend against the smaller guard. Inside, Anna Deere lost the handle, loses it again. Williams grabs the loose ball. Here come the Jaguars. Three-pointer on the way by Rule is short. Offensive rebound.
Boy, and I was saying that, again, just eye test as Hall knocks in the three. IUPUI is, to me, the better, the more athletic team. And I think you're seeing some of that in this first quarter here. Just quicker to the ball right now, quicker to their spots. And I would say a little bit more skilled offensively as well. As you see multiple guards get into the paint. So the Phoenix are going to have to figure it out defensively more than anything. How to keep them out of the heart of the defense.
Williams got a piece of that for the rejection. Hall is 3 of 3 from that three-point line. 8-point lead for IUPUI. 5 seconds left on the shot clock or the game clock for the quarter. That is an easy bucket for the Jaguars. Agatha Beyer ends a very impressive first 10 minutes for the visitors from IUPUI. They lead by 10.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got both of the Wolf sisters have 2 personal fouls. And, again, with all this length that this Jaguar team has, you have to have some length on the court.
Lindsey Robson, top of the key. Phoenix with the ball to start this second quarter. Glad you could be with us. Jen Wellnitz looking for her first bucket of the game. Phoenix will get it under their own hoop. Wellnitz to inbound. Robson from the elbow. Pure, nothing but net.
Yeah, nice pull-up. And to start this quarter, that's a big shot just to relax everybody. I mean, you know this team is a veteran team. Won't panic, but scoring has always been at a premium this season for this group. So see the ball go in early certainly helps relax the unit.
Nice move by Robson, too. Dribble to the left, shot off the dribble. Expanding her game a little bit. Beyer, a couple of Phoenix hit the deck. Sims with the save, and it ends up in Morgan Allen's hands. It's bouncing IUPUI's way, and another offensive rebound. Kevin Borseth, 2 hands on his face, can't believe it.
It is. The Jaguars want the ball more, and they're quicker to the ball. So you have that combination where you want it more and you're getting to it faster. It's a recipe for success on the offensive rebounding end.
Switch at the top. Beyer guarded by Robson. They kick to the corner, in and out. And the rebound hauled in by Wellnitz. Haley Oski. That open lane closed quickly. Inside to Mackenzie Wolf. Robson from the corner. Just off. Didn't miss by much.
That was a good closeout by Pingle there. Owen Hall took away the initial three-point shot, stayed down, and took away the initial dribble.
Every loose ball right now ending up in the hands of the Jaguars.
Good old 50-50 ball. Not that one. Oski goes up and gets it with 2 hands. Strong. And good run by Wolf.
Got too far under the hoop. Jaguars take their time. Beyer spinning and then takes the extra step. Drag that foot.
Yeah, definitely did.
Another look at it.
Or skip, hop, slide.
Macy Williams, Sydney Rule check into the ball game on the dead ball. Robson guarded closely by O'Reilly. Wellnitz now takes it, tries the baseline, adjusts midair, draws the foul, and will go to the free throw line.
And she got pushed from behind. Yeah, that's a good call. They didn't call it on Williams. I thought, sometimes you think it's the person in front. When Jen Wellness started her upward momentum, Sims was still chasing and just ran into her.
So Jen Wellnitz knocks down the first one out of South Wayne, Wisconsin. Today's her 116th career game. What a performance on Thursday. Career high 9 steals, a season high 7 assists. And did that all in 23 minutes of play.
She had about the 6 steals with 3 minutes into the game. Very active on the defensive end.
Well, midway through the second quarter, we were talking about the possibility of a triple-double.
Now, you're talking about this Phoenix team, though, coming out of the first quarter. Haven't given up any points in this quarter thus far. And you talk about the adjustments. Everyone seems to have settled in defensively, including Laken James with a little look back at her, too, to let her know, Hall, don't bring that to my house. Now, what you won't see is a little back nudge with the offhand to get you off balance for the block. That's veteran right there. They teach that next level. You don't pick that up as a freshman.
There was no foul on that.
No
just went out of bounds on the block by James. And you're right.
It's been tough to score in this second quarter here for this Jaguar team.
Sims nowhere to go. Tries to step through and is fouled by Robson.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I feel like you got to call something, but you'll see the replay if we can get it back. Sims tripped as she was trying to step through. So you go knee to knee there. That's just what it is sometimes. Wrong place, wrong time. And I think that's this is the breaks. The breaks. Sometimes the breaks of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough one, though.
Yeah, that is. You're straight up, you did
Whose
everything
knee
right.
is making contact with who?
Again, we always talk about offensively, you're always going to get not always, but typically you get the benefit of the doubt in that situation. Sims doing a good job working the footwork in the post. She gets the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
And now you're stuck talking to Borsef if you're the official that made that call.
The senior out of Milwaukee knocks down the free throw. Played her basketball at Oak Creek. Won a WIAA state title as a senior. And what a career she's had at IUPUI. A couple of years at Bradley before joining the Jaguars.
Good pass.
Inside the Robson, the finish and a free throw. Give the assist to Wellnitz.
I'm talking, so that's one, again, veteran move. Defender had her head turned, so threw it right off of her eardrum. You know you can't get your hand up to get to that. And Robson would probably a more impressive catch. The catch, convert, and take the contact for the finish and the foul.
We haven't seen that around here in over a month. Rogers and Devontae Adams.
No. And Robson right now, I feel for she's right. Well, yeah, the old Packer connection. But Robson, she's in between her ears right now with her shot. She puts in the work. Misses the free throw. Had a chance at a three-point play the old school way, Ted. How you used to get it done before they had the three-point line.
That's the only way you could get it done. All these lines on the court confuse me now.
That's the only way you were a stretch four, huh? You can get to the free throw line, huh?
Sydney Hall. She'll try a three-pointer.
Ooh, I'm telling you what, that's gambling there going under that ball screen on Hall. She's missed a couple, but they've been halfway down.
She's knocked down 3 in this game already. Wellnitz inside. Haley-Oski nowhere to go. Kicks it back. 14 on the shot clock. Plenty of time. James posts up, and they go to Mullins on the other block, and Mullins, that one just falls off. James with the offensive rebound. Robson lines up the 3. No good. Oski, left hand, no good, but free throws coming.
No. Got an offensive foul. And the Phoenix faithful aren't happy with that one. That's tough. Bang, bang, play again. Now, Laken James gave up a few extra possessions, and I definitely think that's one where Oski could be shooting some free throws.
That is a tough one. Back to the other end. Sims thought about the three. Guarded by Robson. Sims doesn't shoot a lot of three balls. Made only 3 this season, so they lay off her a little bit. Then the block. Here come the Phoenix. Looking for a bucket. They go inside to Mowens. Mowens drops it back to Laken James, and short
nice
on the spinner.
Give and go action there. Laken James is not able to get the finish. Love the creativity, though. Try to get that shot off. And you just don't see the movement from this Jaguar team that they had in the first half, offensively especially.
Macy Williams fighting and collecting that offensive rebound, and then the three-pointer by Caitlin O'Reilly, who comes up limping.
Yeah, Caitlin O'Reilly. Again, benefits from the second chance point. 8-2 in favor of the Jaguars. Stretches his lead back up to 9.
Mowens. And then an offensive foul. They're going to get Robson on the push on the rebound. And Mowens had a good look at it.
Yeah, that was a quality look.
There is a timeout on the floor. We'll step away. You're watching Horizon League basketball. And 2022 tournament. The 2019 edition will take place March 5th and 6th with quarterfinal games at the highest seeds before shifting to Little Caesars Arena in Detroit for the semifinals and championship game on March 11th and 12th. To purchase tickets, visit horizonleague.com. So it's off to Detroit this March, but the next 3 years after this year, heading to Indianapolis.
That'd be a nice change of venue. Indianapolis is a fun city. A lot of things to do. Obviously, you got a pro basketball team, pro football team. So, and at the shot clock here now, things in Phoenix jump into a 2-3 zone.
5 on the shot clock. Sims has the ball. Will pull up with 2 on the clock. Miss. Loose ball. Hauled in by Wellnitz. 6 offensive rebounds in the game for IUPUI, that Phoenix trying to clean that up. Coach Borseth not too happy talking to the officials during that last break, CD.
Yeah, well, he's talking about the Oski charge call. Felt like that could have been free throws for Oski. Instead, it was an offensive call. And I think, again, just trying to plant a seed to possibly change some opinions later on in the game. Both two really well-coached teams, though. I mean, my goodness. It's the battle of the Titans here defensively in the league.
Too much on that pass. Goes off the hands of Deere. Turnover for the Phoenix. 3 minutes to go here in the first half, and then the Jaguars give it right back. So some sloppy play here late in the second quarter.
Caitlin O'Reilly for the Jaguars.
Megan Pingle back in for Deere. Phoenix trying to close this gap before the half.
Well, it's been just tough for them to score. I mean, again, 10 points in that first quarter. Right now, they're up to 8 in this second quarter. And if you want to play in the 40s in this game, even at home, it's going to be tough to get any type of lead or momentum. You know what I mean? You got to score the basketball a little bit and hit some outside shots. And Macy Williams, this is her spot here. They like to get it to her in the high post, let her pass and make plays. And it's a good call there. The moving screen, that's her second. You see the handoff and then get in the way with the nudge there. Not a lot of contact, but just enough to get the call.
Now, if that's one where she does the exact same thing but rolls all the way to the basket.
Still probably in that situation where you got the dribble handoff, wasn't a ball screen and a switch, you're probably going to still get that call in that scenario.
I've seen that call more and more often with that DHO handoff.
Well, and Jen Wellness has just got to shoot that basketball there, trying to be too unselfish, just jump and shoot the ball. But you see more of the officials are getting used to teams running this dribble drive action now too, so you're seeing that being emphasized and called more effectively.
.2:15 to go in the first half. Riley gets to the paint, goes over Pingle.
And Coach Parkinson yelling, give her the ball. You know, O'Reilly very capable of scoring in the post there.
Trying to take advantage of a little bit of a size mismatch there, too.
Yeah, they like that matchup with Pingle. It's one of the things they talked about. This IUP UI staff trying to post up some of those smaller guards.
James goes all the way to the other side. Misfires, and another foul on Mackenzie Wolf. That's going to be her third.
And it's free throws for this Jaguar team. Yeah, Laken with a good look, but again, you see the athleticism on this Jaguars roster. O'Reilly able to contest without fouling and make the shot way more difficult than it probably usually is. You know what I mean?
Phoenix shooting just under 32% from the field in this game. They're going to let the free throw be shot before Carly Mowens checks in.
Hey, you got two. It's not like the old school or on the men's side where you have the single bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, FIBA rules, international rules, you automatically get two.
So Morgan Allen at the free throw line. Allen had a point and a couple of rebounds in 11 minutes of work on Thursday in that overtime win over Milwaukee.
And again, you look at little things like that, though. I mean, not to knock her, but 0 for 2 in that situation, had a chance to maybe stretch that lead. And those are the little things where, especially on the road, get a chance to go up double digits, put some more pressure on the Phoenix to have to score. I said it's still single digits. And, you know, you don't get to stretch that lead or put any pressure on them. So now if you're the Phoenix, now you got a big 123 heading into halftime here. Got to try to get a couple of buckets and a couple of stops and not allow or not be down double digits heading into halftime.
Moen short as the Phoenix continue to struggle from the outside.
1 of 7 from 3. 31% overall. Now, IUPUI is not much better. 4-13 from 3, 33% overall, but been able to get to the free throw line.
Floater by Holly Hubengarner.
Hubengarner able to get to her spot again. She had one. I think she kicked off her first shot with a mid-range pull-up. Laken James, nice drive and finish.
Allen tried to take the charge. Not enough contact there to make the call. 30 seconds to go in the half, about 10-second difference on the shot clock and the game clock, and an offensive foul. Haley Oski staying down in defensive position, and Sydney Hall with a push.
Yeah, Oski gets to the spot, and clear extension there, gets it right in the rib. And didn't need it, especially if you were going to pass. Let's see if you were stepping back into a jump shot. Now if you're the Phoenix, you got to find a way to get the last shot and get a good look. Obviously, you'll take a wide open layup, but I'll try to get a good look here and keep this thing under double digits.
Mowens, Mackenzie Wolf, Haley Oski, Laken James, and Megan Pingle on the floor for the final 25 seconds of the half. One shot here, Coach?
Absolutely, if possible. I think you'll probably get into your action with about 8 seconds here. Going a little bit earlier.
Pingle
now you got to go.
Works off a couple of screens, and Mowens attacks and a foul on the floor.
And still 2 free throws. Yeah, I didn't see a lot there. He said it was 2 hands on the hand check on the wing.
Mowens hasn't gotten to the free throw line a whole lot this season. That's just her 9th attempt of the season.
She looks more comfortable now, though. I just feel like the last couple of games, you can just see her understanding where she's going to get her looks from. So I expect to see more production from her free throw line and whatnot. But that's, I hate to say, not make anything too big. Those are big 2 misses there.
Stolen by Laken James. The shot will not count. Got it off too late. But, well, the officials now saying, wait a minute, we're not going to halftime yet. So they will stop the band. They will move the cheerleader Brittany Welch up a little bit closer to Laken. But Laken James is going to catch and shoot here. It's got to be a catch and shoot.
Okay, appreciate it. And the referee giving us the explanation, saying if it would have happened after the triple zeros, would have been no foul. This would have played it out. But because there was time left, you pick up that personal foul.
So now the half comes to an end, but again, the foul will be assessed. And the half has arrived. 29-20, IUPUI leading Green Bay. It's Alumni Day. We'll check out some of the Cress Center on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. IUPUI with a 9-point lead over Green Bay. Ted Stefania, Cordero Barkley with you once again. Alumni Day here. I know your favorite alumnus not in attendance tonight.
Yeah, the wife battling the cold. Just hanging out with our Great Dane Nalo on the couch, sipping some soup, giving me feedback via text about how bad I am at broadcasting. So I'm sure she would love to be out here. Did not feel well.
The former Aaron Templin.
Yes.
Aaron Templin Barkley.
Aaron Templin.
Yeah, hope she feels better soon. Phoenix get the first two of the second half. Lindsey Robson, they go right into the paint.
Well, I like the mentality. Again, I honestly, I feel like Lindsey Robson's perhaps one, if not the best, one of the best post scorers on the team. And I do like that mentality, getting it in and going to the block. And then you get another stop on the defensive end. So that's the type of that's the type of possessions that you need. You need stops, buckets, stops, buckets. If you can string 3 stops in a row, you're really winning. But more importantly right now, you need to score the basketball. So 22 points. We need to put up at least a 30-piece in the second half, not more.
Well, that's a great pass inside to Mullins. It bounces all around that rim and finally falls.
A nice whip screen on the back end. And Macy Williams comes down and displaces. That was...
And a quick timeout by Coach Parkinson. Didn't like the way this one started. Let's see if they're going to keep it here.
I should be going to timeout.
It's an IUPUI after the foul on Macy Williams.
Well, yeah, I mean, she picks up her third. It was a weird play. I believe it was Laken James was dislodged at some point. And they called Williams for the foul. Coach Parkinson wanted an explanation, did not look happy with it. We didn't get a good look at it ourselves, so wish we could tell you, but good job reading the scouting report there by this IUPUI team. Takes away the backdoor cut. Again, they're working that double post action now.
And Maddie Wolf goes right to work against Macy Williams. Smart move. She's got 3 fouls. She's got to either let you go or foul you when she's down there on the block.
No. 6-0 start here. 6-0 start to start this quarter now, and the Phoenix are back in this game. And very smart to attack the player Williams, who has 4 fouls. 3 fouls, excuse me.
Contact down there. Fans wanted a travel. And then eventually a turnover, a 3-second call. So you had IUPUI looking for a foul. You had Green Bay looking for a travel, and we end up with a 3-second call.
Got a bunch of weird plays. Boy, oh boy.
And a 3-point game right now. Green Bay an opportunity to close the gap or tie it up with a 3-ball.
And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Robson lines up a 3. Man, she's been right there on a couple of those shots. Haven't been able to get them to drop. But I think Coach Borseth made a shoe change at halftime. So he could stump harder this half.
We have lost a soul. There were a couple of stomps in that first half. Meanwhile, Tamia Sims.
And Tamaya able to get to Sims, able to get to her spot, and very, very skilled on the block. And I like that matchup. Again, she just presents, because she's so athletic and bouncy. Excuse me, Tamia Sims. She able to just out-jump anybody really in this league. And I like her getting those touches there on the block.
Well, we talked a little bit off camera about some of the things Phoenix might be able to do, and that's certainly attack the paint. That one in and out. You don't make the shot inside, at least get to the free throw line.
Gives yourself a chance.
And now more so than ever with Williams with 3 fouls. Double screen coming up top. Sims out on the perimeter. 9 on the shot clock. Keep an eye on Hall. She's been good. That is rejected by Maddie Wolf.
That's, again, length matters. To get out and contest that shot and get a piece of it.
Maddie goes back to work on the block. The Phoenix just can't get it to fall this afternoon.
No, that's great defense by O'Reilly in the post. Holding her ground, not giving in to Wolf. Coming up with a stop on the other end. And she's doing that with 3 fouls as well. O'Reilly.
Shot on the way, no good. Laken James with the rebound. Wolf, one-on-one against Williams. Tries to turn it back, no, spins it back to the middle, and that one will fall. They're not easy, are they? There's nothing easy today.
Well, you saw I love the footwork though. Face up, drive middle, half spin, back base. Baby hook over your left shoulder in the middle of the paint. That's good offense. Now, this is something Coach Bronk, assistant coach for the Phoenix, talked about. We got to have production from our post, and they're being called upon now with Williams with 3 fouls, and they're producing.
Three ball, that is long by Hoopengardner. And then the foul, and that's Caitlin O'Reilly's 4th foul.
And she knows it too. And that's just, again, one, you're more valuable on the court as a player. You can't let the emotion of the game take yourself out of being a productive teammate and being on the court as a player. Just too valuable to be sitting on the bench now with 4 fouls.
So she leaves with 4. Macy Williams also checks out of the ball game with 3. So that's a lot of firepower for the Jaguars on the bench right now. Opportunity for the Phoenix. Morgan Allen comes back into the ball game. She'll guard Maddie Wolf. Other block, it's Lindsey Robson, throws one up, takes some contact, and gets it to rattle home.
Yeah, and I'm just telling you, that was over Sims. Sims super athletic, but again, Robson very, very capable in the post. And this is where being a good basketball player versus being a specialist matters, because not shooting the ball well from distance, but let me go down on this block. And speaking of blocks,
another block by Wolf. Wellness on the other end. Phoenix take the lead.
This just got loud in here. You feel the energy, Ted. And Coach Parkinson slowing it down now, trying to get a quality look for his team. And I like this thought process.
Hoopengardner sets up the offense. They go to work. 15 on the clock. Hall looking inside to Sims. Sims is fouled. What a great 6 minutes to start this second half. A lot of energy in the building. Timeout on the floor. The Phoenix on the Jen Wellnitz layup have the 1-point lead. This is Phoenix basketball.
Again, that led to that lead. Talk about adjustments out of halftime. I just think the Phoenix came out and said, hey, we have to play harder to win. I don't think there's anything schematically that they're doing different than they did in the first half, other than your upperclassmen saying we want to take care of business at home. On alumni night. You don't want to be the team that loses on alumni night.
Well, how much does that have to play with it? You know this building is full of players that have played before you, that have set the foundation for what you're doing out here.
Sometimes you're walking in the shadows, right? You don't want to be the person that's responsible for bringing the light. So,
Tamia Sims with a couple of free throws to give IUPUI the lead once again. Starting the day, IUPUI 1 game behind the Phoenix. Phoenix in a tie for first with Wright State. Away from the ball, we get a foul. And I believe that's going to go against Sims.
And again, that's if you try to run through one of those screens for the Phoenix, again, veteran team, they know to take that fall and get that foul call. You got to work around it. You just can't bully your way through it.
Haley Oski, the current freshman of the week in the Horizon League. Back inside to Wolf. They move it around. Wellnick's pass is knocked away by Sims. 18 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Haley Oski, nice road trip last weekend.
Yeah, to say the least, right? Ended up as the Horizon League freshman of the week. Big ball game shooting-wise. 20 points with 6 threes in that game.
Before the shot, get a foul on Morgan Allen. Second foul on Allen.
And the Phoenix are in the bonus. So again, taking that contact, you get over aggressive defensively. The Phoenix knows how to draw fouls.
Maddie Wolf at the free throw line, 64% free throw shooter. It's been improving throughout the season.
Yeah, it's a great perk to have when your base can get to the line and convert some throws for you. And announcer Jinx said, "I'm blaming you, good sir.
Yeah,
I'm blaming you. I'm not taking
I would blame it on the fact that she was backing off the line after she shot."
Oh, the technique critique.
Yes.
And the Phoenix jumps into a 2-3 zone, and they get a deep corner three, which is a shot I'm sure they'll live with.
Maddie Wolf goes over the top after the strong rebound. Wellnick's in trouble. Makes the clean pass. Yeah, Maddie Wolf has played well lately. Had 6 points, 9 rebounds on Thursday, but had a 17-point game, a career-high 17 against Oakland last weekend. Under 3 to go here in the third. Threes are wild. 33-33.
You see the Phoenix again in that extended 2-3, causing some issues. I like this move by Coach Borsep, though, jumping zone, slowing down some of that action from IUPUI.
Allen cuts off Oski, a couple of former high school rivals. They've met a few times, Hortonville and Seymour.
Just a few times, right? And again, now Phoenix back man.
Phoenix held UIC to 32 points on Thursday. IUPUI up to 33, but certainly have slowed them down from what they did in the first quarter. Sims with a strong reverse.
That was tough. I mean, she started that on the other side, outside of the paint. Her 2 steps, gets to the other side, takes the contact, and finishes strong with a reverse layup. That's big-time basketball.
Remember, after that first quarter, IUPUI had 20 points.
Yeah. I told you, we tightened up defensively for the Phoenix. I didn't think you could continue that. Good defense there. Wolf with the deflection.
Maddie's playing a great third quarter. Couple of blocks. 1:20 to go in the third. They work it back inside to Madison. She'll try the baseline. Good pump fake. Strong finish. The head fake sets it up.
Well, I think the footwork to be able to spin baseline without traveling sets that up even more, but definitely use the shot fake to get the defender off balance. Sims and goes up strong with the finish. And again, production from the post was the key for this Phoenix team, and they're certainly getting it today. When you're not knocking down shots from the outside, you for sure better be able to get inside. Speaking of knocking down shots from the outside, Hall.
Sydney Hall started this game 3 for 3 from that three-point line and now has 4 makes in the game. That's somebody you got to keep an eye on heading down the stretch.
Well, I feel like last year we were in a tight of 40-point game maybe 2 years ago. That was last year. IUPUI came up here and competed. We're going to be in the same ballpark. It's Hall from deep off the dribble. Nothing but the bottom of the net. That's how you feel?
So she's closing in on 1,000 career points. Meanwhile, Haley Oski might be talking about 1,000 points for Haley in a couple of years, just a freshman.
She'll get there.
And Haley averaging close to 7 points a game in her freshman campaign. And the Wisconsin Miss Basketball knocks down both free throws. 1 point game. Visitors still have the lead by 1. 30 seconds to go. Third quarter action. Hall trying to free up for a shot. And then they're going to get Haley Oski with the contact.
I don't see a whole lot there. I'm trying to still find it on the replay, but at the end of the day, I mean, you have a foul to give. I'm sure Coach Borstead wasn't trying to use it there, but you don't really lose much. But
that was only the second team foul. Yeah. 9 seconds in the quarter. Macy Williams surveys, kicks it over. Byer tries the three, rebound Oski. Final second, Oski at the buzzer. Oh, it was so close. And the third quarter has come to an end, and IUPUI has a 1 point lead, 38-37. You're watching Horizon League basketball. Look at one of their stars, Macy Williams. Meanwhile, Green Bay breaking ground on a STEM Innovation Center, which will house a brand new mechanical engineering program and 3 engineering technology programs. But what a game we've got going on here as we begin the fourth quarter. Phoenix and the Jaguars. IUPUI with a 1 point lead, 38-37. Ted Stefaniak, Cordero Barkley with you. Impressive third quarter for the Phoenix.
Well, 17-9, erased that deficit that they had at 9 points. And now they're back in this game, and they currently have the lead because of a great backdoor cut by Oski. But, again, you saw that championship mentality, like exerting your will on your opponent in that third quarter by this Phoenix team. Again, IUPUI had a 20-point first quarter, back-to-back 9-point quarters. So, again, outscored themselves in one quarter outside of the next two. Getting it done on the defensive end. Both teams, though, I mean, let's be honest, both teams doing a tremendous job defensively, and now we got the offense going. Morgan able to get on the board there with a bucket.
Now we saw Green Bay attack the paint a little bit more in that third quarter. Now IUPUI does the same. And this time going with Williams and Allen both in the lineup at the same time to start this fourth. Something Coach Parkinson was talking about before the game.
Yeah, gives them a lot of size.
Mullins will try a three. Hits the front of the iron. Rebound Byer. Shot from the corner. That is a three-pointer. Rebound Oski. Over the top they go to Wolf. Got hit in the face, no call, and the Phoenix will have the ball with 19 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, tough pass, in traffic, gets the deflection, but no call, retain possession. I like it. Let the players figure this thing out. Close this game out.
Robson checks in for Moen. Allen leaves the game for IUPUI. Wellnitz. She'll try a three ball. Rebound. Robson has it for a second, then grabs it.
And O'Reilly smartly gives up on the play. She only knows how to play one way. Playing with 4 fouls, though.
Robson had a good look at it.
Just not able to get it to drop.
Good battle inside between Sims and Wolf. Meanwhile, from the outside, Hoopengardner knocks down a three ball.
Hoopengardner, nice step in transition. They got the cross-court outlet. And was able to swing it back, and she was able to step into a three. And again, I like this. You got to keep doing what works. And Oski with a nice pull-up. But it starts off, she gets the look by being able to fake that pass into the post with the defender. And you had Wolf posting so hard, the next defender couldn't step out and help.
Off the dribble, created her own shots. Back inside they go. Wolf is on the ground. Williams had it for a moment, kicks it back out. 13 on the shot clock. Sims from the corner. Attacks all the way to the other side of the hoop. Count it.
And again, Pingle just out athletic on that play. And Sims so long, so bouncy, able to get to her spot and finish. And Borisev is hot. Again, giving up middle drives and the dribble drive when you have someone cutting to the corner. That built-in help, jump on that top shoulder and keep him on that side of the court. And that's what Borisev is imploring his team to do. Take away the middle drive.
Missed an opportunity to add another point. Remains a 4-point lead for IUPUI, and that pass is broken up by Sims.
And again, I think Jen Wellness is so used to being able to just make that pass. Sims, super long. They get the deflection and the steal.
Also was way off of Wellnitz as well, almost in a safety position, daring Wellnitz to take that long shot.
I think that's the right way to play Wellnitz. I mean, it's good scouting report there.
Knocked away by Laken James with a steal.
She just had a deflection.
Robson double teamed on that 3-point line.
Couldn't collect the goods. She was able to collect that time.
Laken James will try a 3-pointer, knock it down. Laken James.
Laken James able to step up and make a big shot. That's upper class play. And again, you're back to a 1-point game. So again, I'm looking to see when does Coach Parkinson start trying to get Mason Williams some high post touches. That's her sweet spot. Again, hooping garden. Every game I've watched, she's had a couple of weird turnovers in the fourth quarter. You just got to settle in.
Sydney Rule, but right now I think they've identified some mismatches with Sims. Green Bay doesn't have the height to be able to defend Sims in that post.
No, but she does that. That's what she does every game, especially in the second half. They'll try to exploit her athleticism and length. And you see the Jaguars certainly downing her up, but you may not get it on that first pass down. You may need to get a reversal and get the defense to shift a little bit before you can get that pass in.
Kick to the corner. Robson will try the three. That went in and out.
Boy, she's so close. She just needs to see one go in a game, right? Halfway down and out again.
Caitlin O'Reilly, good shooter, knocks it down from the free throw line.
And that's the Jen Wellness, O'Reilly with a big-time shot, but Jen Wellness shoots the gap, tries to get the steal, and O'Reilly punishes her, as she should.
Phoenix trail by 3. They try to drop it inside to Wolf. Coach Parkinson says nobody touched it, wants to know who touched it. Green Bay will get the ball under their own hoop. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
His own player says, Coach, I did touch it. He goes, oh, my bad, guys.
Laken James.
Now, what you won't see from Laken James stares down the roller to hold the defender. And her ability to do that, oh, my goodness, Jen Wellness out-competing the inbounder. And Coach Parkinson has the right to be mad because there's definitely a lot of holding going on.
There is a timeout on the floor. Coach Parkinson's going to have a discussion with the officials. We're going to take a break. You're watching Horizon League basketball. Quite the ball game here in Green Bay this afternoon. IUPUI with a 1-point lead. 4:56 remaining in the contest. Ted Stefaniak, Cordero Barkley with you. A huge game in terms of Horizon League standings.
Oh, absolutely. Again, we're talking about Green Bay. They stay in the hunt first place, and IUPUI gets a chance to, how did that pass get through there? It's a chance to get in the hunt with the win.
Turnover by the Phoenix.
There's a couple of risky passes on that play. The crazy part, so IUPUI, the Jaguars, they in a tight game, OT game down in Milwaukee, and you get to come up north and in another dog fight.
Sims double team. Got knocked away, but they'll say they got a piece of Sims' arm. Lindsey Robson, the guilty party.
Robson personal foul, Green Bay, that's their fourth, team second.
So Robson, that's her fourth foul, so she checks out of the game.
That takes, I mean, she's been your one scoring in the post. So it takes a little scoring off the court. And I think she's due for a three. She's had a few go in and out, so.
I think we'll see her again in the near future. O'Reilly.
And again, Jen Wellnitz reaching in. Trying to get the steal or deflection and picks up the foul. And O'Reilly taking her time in the post, light fade, three the hard way.
Back to a 4-point lead for IUPUI. 4:13 remaining in the contest. Riley with 12 points in the game. Wellnitz. She tries to step through and is short. A lot of missed shots around that bucket this afternoon. The ball goes off of Haley Oski, and IUPUI gets the ball back.
Yeah, so again, Coach Parkinson does a great job. He has a ton of sets to get players looks down here late game. And it'll be interesting to see what he dials up here. Start with some initial motion and some action. But he's working to get someone to look, and there it is, Macy Williams. Another back-to-back play calls. First play got O'Reilly a touch. She gets the and one. Next play, similar setup, but backdoor screen gator action for Macy Williams.
Williams is the preseason Horizon League Player of the Year. She was held to 3 points before that last bucket. And the offensive foul, and that's going to be the 5th foul on Riley.
And I like to see the replay on that. I mean, Laken took it, not Laken, Wellness took it square in the chest. That's a tough call. Either way, takes a lot of production off the court.
Well, that's a big one. Riley leaves 12 points in the game, 8 rebounds.
Yeah, leading the team, or first in the team, tied for the lead in scoring, and then second in rebounds in this game. Solid outing.
Sydney Hall also with 12 points in this game. Hall knocked down 4 3-pointers in this ball game. Closing in on the 3-minute mark, and another foul, this time on Sydney Hall, and Coach Parkinson, again, not happy with the call.
I mean, kind of got a legit gripe. I felt like Oski forced the issue a little bit. And didn't look like there was a lot of arm, a lot of ball. But again, I got the privilege of replay.
Green Bay trailing by 6. They need a bucket, and they get one. Carly Mullins on the easy inbound.
That's the second time, though, that, IUPUI didn't communicate on the baseline out of bounds play. And we talk about special teams a lot in basketball, blobs, slobs, and out of timeouts. And Phoenix would have been able to steal a couple of points on the baseline out of bounds play. It's huge. Now, can you dig in and take away some of these actions? Can you play the scouting report?
Sims drops it off. Macy Williams collects.
And again, Wellnitz gambling up top puts the whole defense in a rotation. And big time in decision making by this Jaguar team. Sims with the drive, Williams with the finish. Now, how about Williams' patience in the post there? Head fake, shot fake.
Haley Oski attacking for the rebound and was fouled. Good job by Haley.
Oski elevating.
Well, one thing I think you've seen the Phoenix go away from in this fourth quarter is attacking in the paint and getting shots in the paint.
I agree.
So effective in the third quarter. Now Oski goes to the paint, tries to kiss it off the glass. Laken James offensive rebound on the putback. That is a huge play for Green Bay.
Absolutely. No, hustle war right there goes. And they on the inbound, somehow they didn't come up with the hooping guard. I don't know what happened between her and Sims. And Coach Parkinson telling them, hey, huddle up. Let's discuss it. But Just a weird inbounds play. Like there was no one really there. Laken James was at the free throw line, not even pressuring.
There was initial pressure
From Wellness on someone else. Like there's Hoopengarden just dropped the ball.
Laken James, meanwhile, goes to the free throw line. She hit the first free throw.
For Carly Bones, one shot.
With 1:56 remaining. Laken James, one more free throw. Got them both, and it's a 2-point game. Here we go, partner.
So Coach Parkinson electing to go to a set here, and I think everyone in the arena knows where the ball is going to eventually try to get to.
Macy Williams on the baseline right now. Sims will try. Knocked out of bounds. So Sims trying to get all the way to the hoop or draw the double team and then try to drop it off to Williams. Stack set for IUPUI on the inbound. They'll go high to Williams. 14 on the shot clock. 1:38 remaining in the game. Inside to Williams. Wellnitz with the steal. 1-on-2. Drops it off to Robson. Smart move.
Yeah, and Hoopengarden has 5 turnovers in this game. 4 of them have come in this fourth quarter. Just too much air on that pass with Wellness lurking in the background.
Wellnitz picks up her dribble, looking for Wolf, and we're going to have a foul. Who's it on?
It's on Williams. Good defensive position, but when she reached in to try to deflect the ball, created a lot of contact.
Jaguars personal is on number 50, Macy Williams.
There's the steal on the last possession by Wellnitz. Wellnitz with 3 steals in the game today, coming off a career-high 9 steals on Thursday night. Madison Wolf, chance to tie the game, missed the first free throw. In and out, missed them both. Still a 2-point lead for IUPUI. And a timeout by Coach Parkinson with 1:06 to play.
I love that. I like the timeout. I've had a couple of lost possessions here. And for Coach Parkinson, I think this is a critical. It's in the high post. She likes to work that high post and clear it out, get it cleared out. But Sims has been playing so well, I wouldn't be surprised if we got some type of post touch for her as well.
Skip pass. Try the corner. Hall looking for her 5th three-pointer. Wolf fighting for the rebound. Was she held?
Yes. That's a good call.
Look at it here. Wolf and Rule battling.
Grabs the arm and pulls her down. Now, Wolf just missed a couple of free throws. Can she shake it off, trust her mechanics, and at least close the gap on this lead? At worst, you want to get one of these to drop. And I'll tell you what, it gets lonely up there sometimes when you can't give them the drop. No, I know the pain. I've been there as a player. That's a big hit.
The second one, so it's a 1-point game. Plenty of time. 50.5 seconds remaining. Inbound to Hoopengarden. Splits the defenders. .40 to play. 21 on the shot clock. IUPUI looking to build on a 1-point lead. Macy Williams spins in the paint. Missed. Fighting for her own rebound. Gets it back. And then a timeout by Coach Parkinson. Macy Williams, I don't know how she got that offensive board, but she willed it back.
Yes, she definitely did. And I tell you what, great look with the right hook, with the right hand hook. And just, you know what, I'm going to go up with 2 hands. I'm the best athlete on the court, and goes and gets it. And Coach Parkinson, smart play to take it.
For IUPUI, we'll find out in 31.2 seconds. All right, Jaguars to inbound, and it is broken up by Wellnitz, but Williams ends up with it. Near steal, and then a foul by the Phoenix. So close.
Oh, man. And again, people at home, you may not realize, like Wellness, again, watch her play versus Missouri and go Wisconsin and Northwestern. Consistently, she's one of the best athletes on the court, no matter who they play. DePaul, Marquette. I mean, she could touch the rim, so closes a lot of ground, almost comes up with the steal.
And Williams fouled her right away by Laken James. I'll tell you what, the last two plays by Macy Williams, using her length on the offensive rebound and then preventing that steal. She's a fantastic young player, only a sophomore. And again, preseason player of the year.
I think that speaks, that's your peers choosing you as a sophomore. So I think that speaks to the caliber of her play.
She was the freshman of the year last year.
And she can do that as well as she puts in the free throw.
67% from the free throw line this season. And she's been good this afternoon. Got them both to make it a 3-point game. So Green Bay will have the ball with 23.4 seconds remaining. No shot clock. It's turned off.
30-second timeout.
Would you like to see it reduced to 12? It would matter in this situation. I'd like to see it reduced to 20 if you get to advance it, but either way.
They don't do that now.
No, they don't.
So here we go, 23.4 seconds. Looking for a three ball? No, they go inside. Wolf fake to the baseline, and then Maddie Wolf knocks down the shot. It's a 1-point game, and Coach Parkinson will take a timeout for IUPUI. That is his final timeout.
And they haven't handled the pressure well. I personally don't necessarily like that timeout, but at the same one, you got to get the ball inbounds. That's the biggest thing.
19.8 seconds to go. Possession arrow belongs to IUPUI. Jaguars out of timeouts. Green Bay has 2, and a quick foul by Haley Oski. And that'll reduce the clock to 18.2 seconds.
Haley Oski, the third. The shooting free throws. 2 shots for Sydney Hall.
So Sydney Hall goes to the free throw line. Another good free throw shooter, 83%. She also has not taken a free throw in this game. Senior. Missed the first one.
I tell you what, the second one doesn't get easier.
Well, right now, I think the biggest concern for Green Bay right now is blocking out and making sure you do not give up an offensive rebound.
That is the biggest thing.
If Hall were to miss this one. Second free throw for Hall. Missed. It's short. And Robson, great job on the block out. Kept Sims away from that hoop.
Tremendous block out. And you got to think Coach Borsef has 6'4", 6'4". Let's to go with Robson, who's been an opportunity to possibly get some flashes or some cuts for Oski or Wellness as well, get into the rim.
Both teams over the limit.
So there's no fouls to give either, so you got to play this one out.
Green Bay has 1 timeout remaining. IUPI is out of timeouts. Wellness spinning to the basket. Short on the shot. And Williams with the rebound, and she is fouled with 9.7 seconds remaining. Is that the shot you wanted? Seemed like it came kind of early.
I felt like, well, not so much that it came early. I felt like Jen Wellness just rushed it. She never let Laken James clear the screen or allow Wolf to get a better angle. I mean, you started off as a flat ball screen, but never let her get a better angle to get that screen downhill.
So now you send Macy Williams back to the free throw line. She's 5 of 6 from the line this afternoon. 9 points total in the game. O'Reilly and Hall, the leading scorers for IUPUI so far today with 12 points. Sims has 10. Green Bay has been led by Laken James with 16 points. And Wellnitz on that last foul has checked out with her 5th foul. So that is a defender that you're missing out on, but right now it's going to be a matter of getting a rebound and getting down the floor. Green Bay does have 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, Coach Borsef already let him know either way he wants to use it.
Williams,
if you can get the rebound, it's still a 2-point game.
Williams missed the first free throw. The second one to make it a 2-point game. Missed. Loose ball. And IUPUI got the offensive rebound. We just talked about that on the last set of free throws.
Free throw blockouts. Boy, talking about special teams. And Wolf, going with one hand, you got to go with 2. And someone, the top person in that stack never pinched down either.
Well, IUPUI has missed 4 free throws in a row.
And again, sometimes that's a mental block. You can run through the team when you miss them in these tight spots.
Sydney Rule at the free throw line. She misses.
Boy, I tell you,
5 in a row.
oh my goodness.
Sophomore. 57% free throw shooter. Trying to make it a 2-point game. Gets it. So it's a 2-point lead for IUPUI, and Green Bay will use their final timeout. So both teams will be out of timeouts for the final 7.8 seconds to go.
Oh, man. And so now you don't have your super athlete on the court, Jen Wellness, who can get to the rim. You got a lot of people. Only need one of them to go.
2-point game. Here we go. Both teams out of timeouts. The possession arrow belongs to IUPUI. Robson to inbound. With the inbound to James. She'll try the left side. Shot. Count it with 2.7 seconds to go. No timeouts for either team.
Don't need the foul. Get a contest.
Hoopengarner for the win. Misses, and Green Bay has survived and moves to 8-1 on the season. They send it to overtime, excuse me. It was a 2-point shot in Green Bay. IUPUI and Green Bay, this is the 5th overtime game for IUPUI. They're coming off an overtime win in Milwaukee on Thursday.
Man, what did we do to deserve this? This is good. This is free basketball. And now, talking about free throws, both teams miss free throws down the stretch. I feel like IUPUI has punished them more than them. And Laken James with a clutch shot late game. The senior making a play at the shot clock, or as time expired, to send this thing into overtime. And Green Bay's lack of experience in overtime had them line up the wrong way to start this session.
And Macy Williams takes the tip. 5 minutes to play. Both teams get one timeout in this overtime period. Laken James with a shot that tied it to send this one to overtime. Jaguars. Hoopengarner. Nobody home on the pass. Turnover.
Shooting that out into the front row. Again, leaving your feet to make passes. You don't have a sure thing. Always gets you in trouble. And Hoopengarner now serves 6 turnover. Again, 5 of them coming in the fourth quarter or now overtime. So a lot of lost possessions there. She's been stout on defense, but you got to value the basketball.
Oski looks inside to Wolf. Now Wolf top of the key, back to Oski. Haley with some pressure will get the offensive rebound. They did reset the shot clock. It did not hit the rim.
And this is Oski, as she gets older and more experienced, she rounds off that initial drive versus getting downhill, which gives the defense time to rotate over, and then working on that floater before the defense gets there versus trying to get to the rim. Thought she had a quality look if she could have got that off a little bit quicker. But either way, able to stay with it, able to stick with it, and now the officials will review and see. They stopped it when they dribbled out. So now, and Laken's got to go make a play.
With 5 seconds on the shot clock, Laken misses. Megan Pingle with the offensive rebound. And a fresh 30.
Smallest player on the court. Biggest heart, though. They're going to go get an extra possession for a team.
Wolf. Short on the hook. Macy Williams, another rebound.
Man, I thought she had a chance to go back over that right shoulder to that left hand. Still got a quality look.
.340 to go in the overtime period. Williams, 7 on the shot clock. Hall, she's been good from the outside. Attacks, challenges Wolf, and Laken James with a rebound. Still tied at 57. Haley Oski for the first points of overtime. No good on the 3.
Clean look in transition, though. Your best opportunity to get looks at threes. Offensive rebounds in transition. Oski off the back of the rim. Looked clean. Looked good. Couldn't get it to drop. Now you got to dig in.
Looking inside to Williams. Had the mismatch down there with Pingle. Offensive rebound and putback. Macy Williams, who now has a double-double in the game. 11 points and 13 rebounds.
Right, able to gather her miss. Pad the stats a little bit. Get offensive rebound. Put it back in. But it had the mismatch with Pingle guarding her, which is just a switch I don't know that I would make on the Williams, and they take advantage of it.
2-point lead. IUPUI with 2:30 to play and a travel turnover on Green Bay.
Like I said, Laken James dragged that pivot foot on the spin off. She ended up making a reverse layup, but they called a travel first, the officials. Now you got to dig in. You got to move on from that play and find a stop. And if you're the Jaguars, now you're in control. There's no need to rush. Try to milk this clock a little bit and start to work for the best available shot. But if I'm Coach Parkinson, you know where I'm going, Ted. Williams or Sims to get a touch.
Morgan Allen on the low post. Williams on the high post. Sims in trouble. Allen tried to drop it off to Sims. Steal by Haley Oski. 2 minutes to play.
And put Allen in a tough spot on the wing, just trying to get rid of it.
Wolf.
Wolf refuses to turn back. They're literally riding that that left shoulder to take away that righty hook. All she has to do is spin back, and she has a wide open left-hand layup. That's reading the scouting report, forced to travel right there, playing the odds.
13 turnovers in the ball game for Green Bay. IUPUI with 17 turnovers. 2-point lead for the visitors. IUPUI. Just the 5th meeting between these two. Green Bay has won every one so far. Sims working on Mullins all the way to the hoop, and it's a 4-point lead for the Jaguars.
Yes. And that's just a bad foul there by Hall, trying to come up with a steal and give Phoenix a chance, who struggled offensively in this overtime period. And you see Sims get to the rack. That sweep is just so fast. Coach Parkinson talked about that before the game here, where he said Sims has the quickest first step off of that jab step that he's seen. And either way, though, but you give the Phoenix now a chance to score with the clock stopped.
And Sydney Hall picks up her 5th foul. So she is out. O'Reilly is out. And Laken James at the free throw line trying to cut into this lead. One more free throw coming up.
Phoenix now, they'll look back at this. 9 of 18 from the free throw line as well. 2 of 15 from 3.
1 of 2 makes it a one-possession game. 61-58, 127 remaining. Both teams still have a timeout. Green Bay has the possession arrow. A lot of time left in this one.
Oh, a lot
Sims.
of basketball left.
12 seconds on the shot clock. Hoopengardner to Allen. Williams will work on Wolf from the perimeter, spinning and fouled, and will go to the free throw line. Macy Williams.
And you see Wolf here did a good job on the initial slide. And Coach Borsa is saying you got to get in and take that away. Williams doing a good job off the dribble, so skilled at her size. And boy, again, I can't. We talked about Green Bay.
Yeah.
IUPUI, 13 of 23 from the free throw line in this game. And again, think about all the free throws they missed in the end of the 4th quarter.
Rebounding big here, though.
Absolutely.
Gets his 2nd free throw, so it's a 4-point game.
Oh, 2-possession game now. And for the Phoenix, now you kind of have to go quick.
And Sims and Robson tied up.
And
I think the officials are going to get together on this, and they'll get Sims on the foul.
yeah, and so Robson grabs Sims' arm, and in the men's side, you got the hook and hold. Women's side and the men's side, that would be a flagrant 1 on Robson. But Robson grabbed Sims' arm and pulled her down, and the officials kind of got outwitted on that one. Robson with the veteran play, even as a sophomore, to get to the free throw line. On the men's side, they review that. You still pick up that defensive foul in Sims, but it's a flagrant 1 on Robson. IUPUI gets the free throws and the ball.
But today, it's only on Sims.
Yep, absolutely.
Second free throw is good. It's a 2-point game, 49 seconds to go. 19-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Phoenix looking for a stop. Williams kicks to the corner. A lot of contact. Gardner knocks down a three-pointer. 5-point game for Green Bay.
Boy, that's a big shot, Gardner. Stepping up. Hits the three. Great extra pass by Sims. And everyone closed out to Sims. Sims isn't going to shoot that ball. Left Gardner.
Okay, so the timeout came before the inbound. So there will be an advancement of the ball.
Gotta go quick and try to get it quick.
12 points for IUPUI. Green Bay being led by Laken James. 30 seconds to play. Maddie Wolf takes the inbound pass. Lindsey Robson, the three-pointer, knocks it down.
How about that play call by Coach Borsef digging into his European playbook? Uses the length of Wolf to get a weak side screen and pass across, and then bring Robson across the back of the defense for a pitch out and a three. I mean, that is big-time play calling. Mike, I'm trying to make a play on the ball, though, just because you never know, but absolutely.
Again, it's a Macy Williams, who has been pretty good at the free throw line. 60%, 6 of 10 from the free throw line so far in this game. And Williams is a 67% free throw shooter on the season. Gets the first one. That's a big one. That makes it 3.
Cold as ice on the free throw line, I tell you what.
Second one to make it a 2-possession game. Again, both teams out of timeouts. Got the second one. 4-point game. Phoenix got to go quick. Need a bucket and a foul. James will take a three-pointer. Missed it. Wolf, offensive rebound. Missed it. Gets her own rebound again. Missed again. Several opportunities for the Phoenix. And they remain 4 points back with 8.6 seconds to go and some free throws coming up for the Jaguars.
That's 2 quality looks. She's not able to convert either one of them. Again, you send Williams to the line. Now she has a chance to ice this game for certain now.
Missed the first one. Williams with 14 points in the game. Leading IUPUI this afternoon, missed them both. Mowens to James. A quick bucket. And that is no good. And Morgan Allen with the rebound, and that will do it. IUPUI comes in and upsets Green Bay 67-63 in overtime.
Big time win.